this vlog is all about our hobby farm animals. So this first animal here is Arlo. He's a beautiful Mastiff. Under the Mastiff breed there are about 12 or so different kinds of Mastiffs. So he is an English Mastiff. He's one of the largest Mastiff breeds that you can get. He has been a wonderful addition to our family. In September 2019, Andrew just started looking for, he just wanted a second dog. I don't know why. He just wanted it. So him and Finn was just starting to look around at dogs. I wasn't really part of the conversation until they started looking at Mastiffs, and in particular Bull Mastiffs. And so we're just looking at Bull Mastiffs, and I just thought, they're okay. You know, we like large dogs. We already had a Rottweiler in Indy, and we'd had a previous Rottweiler as well. And then he showed me a picture of a English Mastiff. Now, I'd seen an English Mastiff before, about a year before. One of the teachers at the boys' school brought her English Mastiff to school one day, her puppy. And I instantly fell in love with this puppy. I thought, that is my dream dog. But she told us how much it costs. I'm like, that's way out of our price range. And I thought, I'm never going to get a Mastiff, English Mastiff. But lo and behold, Andrew started looking at breeders online. He joined all the Facebook groups, you know, the Mastiff pages and stuff. And we found a breeder that had just had a litter in Sydney in the Blue Mountains. So we just checked out their page, and then we made some inquiries. And originally Andrew had asked them if they had any fawn coloured male male Mastiffs. And so they sent us some pictures. I think the pups would have been about 6 weeks old, the pictures that we saw. And we saw, yeah, we like those. And then so they sent us an application form which we filled out, and in the application form you tick what colour that you were after, and we ticked fawn and apricot. Now apricot is don't he's about to break a bucket. Now apricot is the actual colour of Arlo. You can see there that beautiful colour. And I actually said to Andrew, if we're going to get a Mastiff, you're going to slobber all over me. If we get a Mastiff, I want apricot. I don't want to be fawn, because that's just what Bull Mastiffs are. They're fawn, and I'm like, let's be different. Let's get... Oh my goodness. I love it. Stop it. You're gorgeous. Stop. Oh, you are too cute. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I wanted to be different. If we're going to get a big, beautiful dog like him, let's get a different colour. So the breeders noticed that we ticked apricot on the application form. They said, well, we do actually have apricot males if you're interested. So they sent us, I think it was 2 pictures, and we decided on choosing Arlo, which was fantastic. So we had to wait until Arlo was 9 weeks old before they were allowed to fly. So it was a very long wait. But in the meantime, Andrew and I had plans to go to Sydney for our 10-year wedding anniversary. And we just decided, while we're up there, let's go visit the breeders. Let's go see Arlo. So we did that. We went up for our anniversary, and then on the Saturday we drove from Sydney to the Blue Mountains. We thought we'd probably stay at the breeders for like half an hour. We were there for 3 hours. Didn't know what to expect. When we got to their house, which is fine, that some of the Mastiffs that they had were in the backyard, and they were barking. They got loud barks. And then when we went inside to see the puppies, all the puppies were inside, there was a couple of Mastiffs at their back door, and when I saw them, I'm like, oh my god, what have we just done? These dogs were huge. Like photos, if you see a photo of Arlo, it does not do him justice as to how big he is. And so when I saw these adult dogs at the back door, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so we met Arlo, we got to hug him, met the breeders, we got to meet the mum. So Arlo's dad is from America, and he is a brindle coloured dog. So that's the black and apricot sort of mottled colour. And his mum, Lily, is the same colour as him, apricot, and he looks exactly like his mum. So we got to meet her and then a few other dogs, and plus the rest of the puppies. It was so good. And then we just got to talk to the breeders, which is fantastic because we knew nothing about the breed. And I think it was nice for them to meet us as well, and they helped them know that Arlo was going to a good home. So yeah, we were there for 3 hours. It was fantastic. I'm so glad we did it and got to meet Arlo, and then, you know, we had to say goodbye. And then 2 weeks later, he was flown to Hobart. So Arlo flew from Sydney to Hobart, and he actually came with his brother. There was a family in Margate that brought his brother. So they travelled together on the plane, and then we picked them up at the pet pickup place in Hobart Airport. We took the boys down, so it's after school, and it was just the most special moment seeing him in the boys, they because they hadn't seen him in person, so they just fell in love with him instantly. He was just such a beautiful puppy, and he is still a beautiful puppy. He's only about 18 months old now. He weighs about 90 kilos. I'm not sure if he's still got more growing to do. I reckon he's at his peak now. But I've got to tell you, having Arlo has just been the best thing ever for our family. He's the most chilled out dog you could ever meet. You know, if you vacuum the house and you vacuum near him, he doesn't even move. He gets in and out of the car really well. He sits down in the car when you go for a drive, taking you for a drive. He's just so beautiful and just so laid back, and just, he really is a gentle giant, and he just brings so much joy to our house and our family, and the boys absolutely adore him. And he's actually probably the first dog we let jump on our beds. He loves to jump on our beds and just have a little bit of a cuddle. And he loves it. It's just so cute. And during the day, if we're home, he'll come inside. He sleeps outside of a night time, but he'll come sort of in and out during the day, which that he just wants to be around people. He will follow you everywhere and will sit pretty much right at your feet. So if you're in the lounge room and then all of a sudden you go to the bedroom, he will follow you and he'll just stay with you. He's so beautiful. Oh God, he's so cute. He's just eating poo at the minute. Yeah, he's probably eating goat poo or sheep poo or something like that. Oh my goodness, he's gonna have stinky breath later. But anyway, it's just been so wonderful. We love him so much. I will say, if you do get a Mastiff, be prepared for a little bit of slobber, particularly after they've eaten or drunk something, and be prepared to have some earplugs because they snore like a steam train. Sometimes we have to turn the TV up so loud if Arlo's in the lounge room and he is just snoring so loud. It's hilarious. But so they're the two things, that they slobber occasionally, not all the time, and they snore. Ready to go for a walk? Ready for a walk? Okay. Arlo, we've introduced everyone to you. Do you think it's time we introduce the rest of the animals to everyone? Yeah? Yeah, good boy.
And the egg. Done.
These are our hens. They like to just chill out together. So this is our chook area. This came with the house. So we've got a couple of chicken coops and they've got another little area at the back, and then that's our veggie garden, and then there's another chook house up there if they need to use that. So very lucky that this house came with chicken coops and hens. So this is Rosie. This is a beautiful lamb, little cutie. We got her last year. Isn't she beautiful? So we originally got her with another lamb which we called Finlay, and then we got another chocolate brown lamb as well which we called Choco. But we've only got Rosie now. She's just starting to let me pat her head. We got her and the other two when they were probably about 4 months old. That was probably April or something like that. We got sheep primarily to keep the grass down in our paddocks. We do have a ride-on mower, but at the ride-on mower we had was not cutting the grass very well, and we just thought we couldn't really afford a new mower, so why not get some sheep to keep the grass down. So we got 3 lambs, and what we had to do actually was fence all of our acreage to keep the sheep in. So we did that first, and our neighbour Trevor helped us do that because we knew nothing about fencing. So we were very thankful that he helped us put the fences up so that we could start having some animals on our farm. So that's how the sheep came about, purely keep the lawn down. And then after we had the lambs for a little while, I don't know what it was, but Andrew just decided he wanted to get goats. And I don't know why. I think because the sheep don't eat everything, and we need something to eat, some weeds and stuff like that. But I never thought about having goats because I know they kind of like eat everything. They can escape, they can ruin your plants and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I was a bit surprised he wanted to get some goats. Anyway, the farmer down in Huonville where we got Rosie and Finley was advertising some baby goats. So we messaged him again, said we're interested in some goats. We went down there, had a look at his baby goats, only about 2 months old, and we chose 2, which are these 2 here, Bam Bam and Nibbles. Bam Bam is this one here with the horns. Nibble is there without horns. They look like they're coming through, but they're really slow to come through. But Nibbles on you all the time, so that's why he's called Nibbles. But So we got them and we brought them home in the trailer, and we gave them a bottle of milk. I think it was twice a day for a little while, and then some grain, and we stored put them in our veggie garden because that was the most secure area until we could get all the rest of the fencing done. And then so they just ate all the weeds and stuff in a veggie garden, so that was fine. You know what really surprised me about goats? They are so friendly and they just follow you like everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and they're just so cuddly. And like, I'm so surprised. Like, you can just sit here and they'll come over, might have a little nibble on you, but they're just so cuddly, and they'll just, yeah, wherever you go in the paddock, they'll just follow you around, and you can call them by name, and just, that's something that really surprised me because I didn't know that about goats. So I'm super happy because it's just nice when you can, you know, cuddle your animals. So they have been a great addition to our house, although Nibbles, the one in the background, has been a bit naughty lately. Yeah, so Nibbles, that one in the background, been a bit naughty. So we've got another paddock down the other end of our property. It's probably about an acre. And one day our neighbour knocked on our door and said, "Oh, Nibbles, or your goat is in our yard." I'm like, "Oh no." So sure enough, Nibbles has gotten through the fence up in the... Oh, he just burped in my ear. Got through the fence up in that back paddock and got into our neighbour's yard. That's the one thing we didn't want. So we had to keep him contained in this paddock here. We tried a few more times in the end paddock with him, but he just keeps escaping. So we actually need to get that fence fixed before we can put the goats back on. Bam doesn't go anywhere. It's just Nibbles that likes to escape. And then the fence up there, he has tried to jump as well, which we fixed. But all in all, the goats have been a great addition to our house. Hello, beautiful Rosie. Come to say hello. Hello, sweetheart. You wrecking my plants. It's one thing about having all the animals. This was a nice garden, which they've chewed to bits, because as you can see, there's just not much grass in this paddock. But they're all having a bit of munch on some hay and some fruit and veg that I give them as well. So this is Tupac. He's our chocolate brown alpaca. I must say, with alpacas, they are very, very skittish. He's probably about 3 or 4 years old, not quite sure exactly how old. We did get him shorn October last year. Usually you can't touch him, and this is probably the closest you can get to him. But he seems quite content hanging out with Rosie, the sheep, and the goats. So that is Tupac. We feed the goats and sheep and alpaca some loose end hay. And we also feed some grass hay. We've got about 10 bales of grass hay from someone in Colebrook. So that's what they get every day at the minute while it's really, really dry. There's not much grass in the paddocks for them to eat. So we supplement their diet with hay and also some grain as well. So we're just walking down to our neighbour's house, Trevor. Bam and Nibbles. We're tethered there this afternoon just so they can eat some of weeds and stuff out of his creek area, so we're just going to go and collect them. Hey Nibbles, come back. Hey Bam Bam. So this is the second time we've just tethered them. They've each just got a puppy collar on their necks, and then I've got these leads from Animal Tucker Box, and we've just tethered him to the tree. So having a property with some animals is a dream of mine. I didn't think it was ever going to be possible, but I'm so glad that we've got all of our animals now, and it's great for Finn and Cruddy as well, because they help feed them, look after them, pick up their poo, and learn all about, you know, animal ownership, and also experience you know, the highs and lows that go with animal ownership as well, because it's not always smooth sailing. We have lost a few animals along the way, which it's been a learning experience for all of us, particularly the boys, but that's just what happens. That's life, and although it's sad at the time, it is unfortunately what happened. But we are so very thrilled with our animals. So yeah, I'm not sure which animal we're going to get next. What do you think we should get next? Pop in the comments. I'd love to hear which animal we should get next for our little hobby farm.